People sometimes ask me, Bernie, who are you and why is it that you do what you do? I was very fortunate. As you can probably tell by my accent, I'm an Australian. I was born into a wonderful family. My parents emigrated to Australia after World War II. They gave me a great education. They gave me a great start in life. I was very fortunate. I then left high school. I entered the army. I became an officer in the Australian Army for 10 years. And I had everything laid down in front of me. But as successful as I was to those who were looking at me, the one thing I wasn't successful at was living life itself. In fact, I had some real struggles. And in 1995, I hit rock bottom. My walk with Jesus began on the balcony of a hotel room on the 8th floor, where I came very, very close to taking my own life and jumping off. And yet the night before, I'd been reading in my hotel room a Bible put there by the Gideons. And whatever I read in that Bible that night, I can't remember, is what pulled me off that balcony and what brought me to my knees in my hotel room and what made me cry out to God. And the only thing I had was to say, God, if you're out there, now would be a good time. That was back in February 1995. In October, I was attending a church service in my hometown in Wollongong with some friends. These Christians, I didn't like Christians, by the way. I hated Christians. I was a bit like the Apostle Paul. But these Christians, when I went through a difficult time in my life, they came out of the woodwork to love me and to help me and to serve me. And I may not remember what they said about their God, but I will never forget what they did. They showed me what it was to be loved by God. And in October 1995, I walked out of a church service, sat down under a tree in the bright sun, and I gave my life to Jesus Christ. I remember what I said to him that day. I said, Lord, I don't want to be a suburban pew-sitting Christian. I want my life to count for something. If only I'd have known that he'd take me at my word. And so if I wind forward now to today, I do what I do. I share the love and the grace and the mercy of Jesus Christ with millions of people each week through the media, because Jesus came looking for me in my darkest hour. I would never have expected that. I wasn't looking for God. He came looking for me. He wiped my slate clean. He gave me a new start, and he gave me a passion to share the wondrous grace of God through Jesus. That's who I am. That's why I do what I do.